Hey guys, Trace here, and today we're going to be planting our failed crops. I had some zucchini that didn't come up at all, which the company sent me a second package like a month later, which makes me think it's just a bad batch of seeds, and I probably grabbed the wrong ones when I planted them. So had to replant my zucchini and some of the cucumbers and stuff that the bugs ate off. But I'm going to be showing you guys planting peppers in this video, and also we're going to be installing a holly hedge on the north end of my garden, kind of as a bit of a windbreak for us. But with our peppers, it's pretty much just like the tomatoes. I don't plant them near as deep, but just run through with a dib and stick, poke a hole, drop them in, and kind of backfill them, and just like everything else, water them in. We're supposed to be getting some rain later this week, so that should help everything. And I'm just gonna back the camera off and show y'all what we're doing. All right, so this one's gonna be our jalapenos. That is our jalapenos done, and these are they're not quite 2 feet spacing on them, and their rows are 3 feet apart, so almost 2 by, actually probably a little bit more than 3. So it's not quite my usual spacing, but because the size of my beds are just kind of, that's what fits nice. And hopefully with all this compost, these plants will be pretty vigorous and bushy. And I've had some years where I planted a 3 foot space and I can't even walk between my rows, so hopefully it'll be about like that. And one more note I wanted to make about this bed: when I was laying these out and putting the compost and everything, I did some cardboard beds, and I told you that in the past I've had zero luck with the cardboard blocking the weeds, and I was pleasantly surprised. There's almost no weeds in this bed, and is the cardboard, so worked really well for me this year, and might give it a go in the future in some more beds that I break out. Our cucumbers we planted on this trellis had a great germination, just amazing. Every single one of them come, it was 100%, which is pretty impressive. And then bugs came through and ate about 80% of them, so we replanted most of that. And from the trellis this way, we're going to go ahead and fill it with bell peppers. Alright, so that is our bell peppers done. Then this is I topped this last year with some bought-in compost, which I really don't like, and it's not that good. It's real rocky, so I had to pound those holes with a sledgehammer to even get through the rocks, just because it's a pain in the butt to just push them in. So obviously the nutrition on this isn't going to be near as good as it is on those others. So I did all these about 2 by 2 in spacing, because I don't think they're going to grow near as big and fill it in, so I should still have room to get in there and harvest everything. So here in this bed, we're going to do our green beans, which we plant those a little different. I'm going to go through and cut furrows, and we'll just go and drop a seed about every probably 4 inches, and then we'll just cover the furrow back up and water it in, just like everything else. Always water your stuff in real well. It kind of helps get the dirt into the little air pockets and make sure there's soil and moisture contact with your roots, or, well, in this case, your seed, which will help it to germinate, or for your transplants, it'll help them to survive the transplant shock and start growing a little bit more vigorously. Okay, so that's our beans planted, and I thought I'd point these random tomatoes you see out. They based on their location roughly in the garden from last year, they should be cherry tomato plants, which probably bred true. So I'm going to go ahead and let them grow and see if we can get some tomatoes out of them. See whatever they turn into, it'll be fun. So the last thing I'm going to do is install this hedge, and I'm just going to go through. I got a string line pulled and a measuring tape laid out beside it. I'm going to put these in about every 4 feet, and just going to dig a hole, stick them in the ground, backfill them, and water them in. I think I'm going to let you guys watch me in probably a time lapse, because it's going to take me a little time to dig all the holes and get everything in. So I got those planted. I'm here on the last one, and I did it all with this garden spade I bought. And usually you want a pointed shovel for digging, and that square is just kind of blunt and harder to dig with. But in this clay soil, every shovel I've ever used, the clay just sticks to it and gums it up to the point where you can't hardly use it at all. And this guy also digs a nice square hole, which they say helps those roots kind of find the corner and penetrate the soil better, which you can see right there, there's the hole. But I do it mostly just because that dirt doesn't stick to this spade as much as it does to the rest of my shovels. I'm gonna plant this last one. There's a look at our new hedge, and hopefully it'll be a windbreak here in the next year or two. That's gonna be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.